Hey guys, and welcome to a cast of Ben's Dungeon.
I would say this is the dungeon, now mildly cleaner than usual.
So, very quick announcement. Not even the reason, but we happen to be in Ben's Dungeon.
Purely incidental. Yeah. I would say the cleaning was incidental as well.
It's purposeful,
It
right?
was
Everything
yes, exactly right.
Everything happens.
So, for
Don't
everybody...
you bring your synchronicity fucking bullshit here.
So, for
Correlation does not imply causality.
For everybody listening and or watching, this will be Ben's last in-person, or potentially you can come back and visit, podcast, as he is off to sunny Melbourne.
Sunny Melbourne.
Which
The Melbourne supremacy.
I will have you know is actually sunnier than Sydney this
Right
weekend.
now,
It's
yeah.
like 21 degrees, sun shining.
Birds are
So,
singing.
please
The tank
feel
is
free.
clean.
Please feel free to jump on to Discord or whatever and just abuse him. Just give him a little bit of farewell.
Give him give him something to remember us by.
Yeah.
Give him
Exactly
some
right.
memes.
Lots and lots of memes.
And to get us into the swing of things, thank you very much for tuning in. Check out our channel. We've got a bunch of Let's Plays. We haven't quite done anything very recent, but there's still a lot of content that you can check out. And jump onto Discord. If you're on iTunes, I haven't said this in a long time. If you're on iTunes, leave a review. Let us know what you think. Otherwise, jump onto Discord. Let us know what you think there.
SoundCloud.
Oh yeah, SoundCloud as
We
well.
do have a SoundCloud.
If anybody
It's
ever
actually
uses
our SoundCloud is more popular than our iTunes.
I'm not surprised.
Because who uses iTunes?
Okay,
really?
if you're on SoundCloud, jump onto Discord. Let us know what you think.
And if you're on iTunes, jump onto YouTube or SoundCloud.
If you're on iTunes, like get into the 21st century and start
Okay.
pirating, man.
All right, so slight change of format for this session. Instead of our usual topic by topic, we're just gonna riff for a little bit, just change things up a little bit.
Play the sweet banjo of creativity.
We're not playing banjo. Don't worry, people.
No,
Do you even have
okay.
a banjo that we could play?
I had to give away my ukulele, so there's no musical instruments in here. I could probably
Who can say?
wait. I might have a tin whistle.
Okay, that's enough. We're getting distracted. So we'll get into topics and we'll see how it goes. Wish us luck. Let's get started with our usual. How did everybody's last 2 weeks go?
Great.
Great. That sounds...
No.
It's been amazing.
It's fine. It's fine. I mean, I'm playing WoW.
You are playing well.
I am playing WoW. I've been playing it a lot. It is very amusing to me how quickly the community has turned on this expansion.
Well, you notice
Like,
the
because they're all like, oh my god, a new expansion, how hilarious and great. And now they're like, this is shit.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's literally the same thing in Hearthstone as well. First 2 weeks, everyone's like, yeah, yeah. And then week 3.
That's shit.
I'm done here.
I think that's something that happens to a lot of gaming things in general. Like, it happens in TF2 as well.
Now,
right?
if I would put forward my reason for why, particularly this expansion has not had the hype train continue, it's because it is very similar to the previous expansion, but not quite as good.
Right.
No, okay, that's not fair.
It's probably fair.
That's not fair. That when I say that, I mean it's mechanical, like end-game systems. Similar to the previous expansion, but not as good. They've reused a lot of stuff, but have tried to present it slightly differently, and
Right.
it just hasn't landed very well.
Okay.
Just kind of, woo.
But I feel like the fact that the World of Warcraft is trying to do a annual release or something like that.
It's
They're
every
regular expansions,
They're
right?
meant to be on a 2-year.
Okay.
Yeah, I was
Two
gonna
years
say
at
it's about
least.
every
It's a
second
fairly
year.
consistent regular expansion sort of cadence, right?
Yeah.
You're bound to get some misses. Like you
Well,
can't.
this isn't the first miss.
You're bound to get some misses. The last 10 releases, all misses.
No, absolutely not.
I'm kidding.
See, Mr. Pandora was a mistake.
I mean, you're entitled to your wrong opinion.
I would say I've learned-
Pandera's the
pandas.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
Chinese one.
Yeah, the one that's totally not Kung Fu Panda, we swear.
it absolutely.
It is literally just Kung Fu Panda.
Right.
I mean, but setting aside, that was actually one of the stronger expansions from a mechanical standpoint. What?
Well, nothing.
Despite the fact you guys are giving it shit, that was pretty much one of the only ones I was just like,
I know the name.
I kind of want to play that one.
Quite literally, Wrath of the Lich King has been the only WoW expansion I looked at, and I was like,
Yeah, I saw that one.
Yeah, I could.
Was that the one with the trailer where there was an undead flying blue flame dragon?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, that one. That one, I was like,
nice.
I could fuck up Arthur some more. I could get behind this.
Is it? So wait, I just realized the Lich King is basically in what's it called as well? Game of Thrones.
Sort of, not
Basically
quite.
the same thing now.
Are they? Well, the Lich King's more of a mantle that passed down from person to person.
Right.
Do you want to have we can have a lore session right now.
We're talking World of Warcraft lore, people.
Carl,
It's
wanna go
getting
get coffee?
serious.
Yeah, maybe.
Carl,
okay.
the pipe's up there when you're ready.
So
I just wanted to talk about how this expansion is shit.
Yeah.
That's all
Are
I
you still
wanted.
playing it though?
Yes.
Okay.
Will you ever stop playing it?
Maybe.
When is WoW 2 coming out?
Okay.
Look,
so,
I mean, I know I get the same sort of shit for TF2,
Yeah.
right? Like, a bad expansion comes out, I'm still playing it. You know?
See,
I know the feeling.
yeah, because it's sort of like,
Use your words.
yeah,
Even if it's broken.
All right, so
even if it's not as good as the previous expansion, it still has a lot of things going for it.
Mm.
Okay, it still has like the new outdoor areas, the new like single player content they introduced with this expansion was pretty good.
So hang on, you're playing an MMO, so you can play by yourself.
No, that was like the first thing that happened. Now the rating content.
Shut up, Ben.
Now the rating content is also pretty good. It's just because it is so easily compared to the previous expansion, which was better.
Yeah.
There's like a bit of lingering resentment. In the
Okay,
community.
but can they release patches? Just be like,
They can. We'll
fix this thing or fix that thing.
They can.
But will they?
It's kind of feels like that release cycle where they pushed something out, they rushed it out, and now everyone's complaining,
backfiring.
and
Yeah,
they,
it's
and,
like-
they, and they have to pat like they should because okay, this is exactly what happened in Team Fortress 2.
Yeah, I know.
They
right?
rushed out a freaking update, and everyone's like, okay, we get what you're coming from with this update, but it's literally like functionally broken.
Yeah.
No one can find games in your new game matching system.
What?
Yeah.
Are we back
Remember-
on TF2 competitive after all these years?
I don't remember.
It's been a long time.
I don't remember who exactly was on the podcast. I think you were there, Ben.
I would have been.
When I a couple of months ago when I said I think it's undercooked, I think
Yep.
it's not really ready for release. I think I was right. I think I called it.
And boy, was I right.
Because it's sort of like a lot of the stuff was ready. A lot like enough was ready to give people like a positive first impression. But then we got to the end game, and all the stuff that I thought was undercooked about the systems turned out to be
undercooked.
to be accurate.
All right. Ben, how's your life been? How's prep for move?
Intense. So, I measure things in cleaning progress by a number of garbage bags per room. Right.
One.
So there's another one
see.
over there. There's one in there.
There you go.
So far in the last 8 hours, I've thrown out 3 garbage bags worth of shit from the room that you're in now.
It's not a big room, people.
It is.
I mean, you can probably tell from the 2-seater couch butted up from the to
The cabinet.
what's it called? The cabinet behind us. Not a big room.
It's actually, you guys really don't see it because there's tables literally everywhere. This room's pretty big.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, like this
Yeah,
is.
the room's a fair size. It's
I'd
just
say it's
got
like
a lot
a
of
3
stuff
by
in
5.
It's like larger than Carl's entire apartment. And like 3 bags of clothing to donate to people. So it's been intense. In the midst of cleaning, I found a spare Sony PlayStation. I found a spare Sega Master System.
You found an old dildo.
Like, is that,
Who knew?
No, I knew where that was.
That was intentional.
That never strays far from the hand.
that's not my PlayStation, is it?
No, it's not.
Okay.
Also, I found a GameCube. So if any of you want an Australian GameCube, I have it.
Yeah.
I quite literally have a spare one, and I'm like,
Okay, no.
I'll take it.
I don't have any GameCube games.
not yet. You don't.
Okay. So,
So
Does it
lots
have a
of
Game Boy
cleaning-
player?
No.
Oh, that's a shame.
That's why it's spare, because I got the Game Boy player off that one and put it on my one.
Right, okay.
Did you buy an entire GameCube for a Game Boy player?
It was $50.
maybe.
It was $50.
I mean, sure, but
Let's just pull something random off the shelf.
Here's something I prepared earlier. That's
that
a good
WarioWare?
game.
WarioWare Smooth Moves.
You love that
WarioWare
game.
is
It was
fantastic.
actually a lot of fun.
WarioWare is a fantastic game.
You're just like
The best part of the game was when they explained how to play the game in like soothing, like Oriental.
Oriental juxtaposed with you have to put the Wii remote on your nose and act like an elephant.
Yeah.
And it just like,
It's just like, what the fuck are we playing?
what is
It's
going on here?
juxtaposed Wario with like these calming, soothing
With-
explanations
you
of
know-
how to act like an elephant with a Wiimote.
with like Edo era Japan.
Yeah.
Like, so aside from moving and all that stuff and discovering all these weird and wonderful controllers I have around the house,
Pick up your Wu-Tang controller. Show,
Oh,
show,
yeah. Oh,
show,
yeah, I've been
show
talking
the
about this.
people what they want. Wu-Tang controller.
For those listening,
uncomfortable
It is.
and help.
for those
so
listening, it is a PlayStation controller
Carl, do you
shaped
wanna
in
lick
the
Can you
Wu-Tang
lick it, Carl?
Clan logo.
What is this? Like, how do you like?
Yeah, and that's just an arm's reach. There's more. There's like, here is a Nintendo 64 controller that is smaller than my hand, and I have baby hands.
You do have baby
I
hands.
really do.
So, for any of you watching that wonders where all Ben's money goes, now you know.
Well, I surprised Carl earlier, and he was like, "What is this?" And I'm like, "Oh, that's an N64 fight stick. Why do you have this?"
He's practicing for
Why not?
for the Xena tournament packs again.
Why
also-
not?
Are you going to take that with you to the Xena tournament?
No, I'll take the little baby one with me.
Okay.
Um,
we're getting
I
So-
feel like
away.
that's
so-
a missed opportunity somehow.
Yes.
So, on top of just general cleaning and a journey of self-discovery, more like discovering how myself is a huge, massive slob, I've been playing MTG Arena lately, which so there's a new internet client for Magic the Gathering. It's okay.
Okay, I have several questions about this.
Okay, go on.
Is it cheaper than MTGO?
I never played it. Like, I looked at MTGO and I was like, man,
Alright.
this looks like hitting my eyeball with a wrench.
I mean,
I'm
Yes.
guessing MTGO is Magic the Gathering
Online,
online.
yeah.
it's the original online client.
Uh-huh.
It's not particularly.
It's not great.
Not particularly pretty,
There-
user-friendly, or functional.
Okay.
There's many ways I would describe it.
Now,
Shit is the
Probably,
good summary
yeah.
for most.
Okay, now here's
Shit is probably the go-to.
Now here's the thing about MTGO, because it when they first released it and they've carried this policy forward the whole way,
Yes.
it had the digital cards that you buy in MTGO have parity with
Physical cards.
If you collect all the cards in a given set on MTGO, you can redeem them, and they will take them out of your MTGO account and send them to you.
Like physical account.
Yeah.
That's
I did
like
not
that.
know that.
That's not too bad.
like I like it's kind of interesting. It's a funky little way
Okay,
to go about it. Can you then be like, I want it on my MTGO back?
I don't think you can go
Take
that
the
way.
cards,
Let me-
please.
Here's a chest of cards I found under my chair. It's now yours.
Ryan, while he's looking that up, what's been happening with you?
Quite a lot,
Yeah.
but not a whole lot gaming-wise.
Disappointing.
My focus has actually been D&D, like roleplay.
Yes.
So,
So you're
He's
into roleplay now?
oh mate, you know I'm
You
into
lied to
roleplay.
me all this time. Now you're into
Just when you're
roleplay.
leaving.
Just when you're leaving.
By the way, Ben.
By the way, Ben, I have
Roleplaying.
kinks you never knew about.
I would say, sorry, I'm going to double tangent. In that box over there, there is a collar that is made up out of like hentai pictures, which, and it has a Tamagotchi attack. I'll show it to
After
you.
this cast, Ben and Ryan are gonna have some alone
I was
time.
just saying,
You know, I'd ask you why you have that, but I'm not really sure I want to know the answer.
No, you don't.
like I said, journey of self-discovery.
Jeez, how the hell are we going to follow that up? Holy shit.
Just pretend it didn't happen.
Tangenting right back. Yes, D&D has been the focus of my gaming time recently. So we're kind of nearing the end of our campaign, the current campaign,
The story,
this current
the
story.
story within the campaign.
And so there's been a bit of talk about where we're going to have like a bit of a 6-month time skip. So we have to like write. Well, don't have to, but we are writing a little bit of a story of what happens to our characters on that time. So that's been my focus.
Can one of the stories be that I've been blackout drunk for 6 months?
Like, what happened?
Sure, if that's the way you want to play your character.
Because in my mind, if I had a time skip in a D&D campaign, you'd be like, okay, so you're the mayor of this small region now. How did that happen? I don't know.
Like, nobody knows. Nobody, you just are.
What
just
happened? Well, I'm broke. And I have no memories of the last 6 months.
I remember walking into an inn 6 months ago.
I got rid of these fuckers.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Time to drink.
Speaking of D&D, Carl died. Not Carl. Colin died. Carl, how would you like to take his place?
We'll see.
Okay.
We'll see. Okay, so I completed my research, which consisted of Googling it to make sure that I wasn't telling
research does these days.
Just to make sure that I wasn't telling a big fib. Yes, no, you can actually redeem a set of Magic Online cards once you've completed it for real product. So because of that, the cards on Magic Online tend to cost as much as real physical cards.
Makes sense.
So what I would want out of MTG Arena is that it's a separate economy that can't be redeemed and is therefore cheaper. Is that the case?
I believe it is.
Okay.
Not to mention they throw enough like freemium currency at you on a day-to-day playing where you can buy a pack a day type thing.
Okay.
Which is infinitely better than the current one that's it's competing with, Hearthstone, which rates at half a pack a day,
if that.
when you're lucky.
Okay.
Where this one you like your average quest will be like, here, you get a free pack.
Is that okay? Is that just because you are new to the system?
I don't think so. This is still in beta. So the current average quest reward is 750 gold, which is 3/4 of a pack, which is $1,000, 1,000 coins,
Whatever.
But yeah,
Currency.
that thing. And then
$1,000 dues.
and then you have gold rewards for like up to 50 every 15 wins you have, and they're much more substantial than
Wins, you say?
Yeah.
Shit.
Damn it. I quit.
Damn it. And then and then you have also weekly rewards, which I think it's
Like by completing certain
yeah.
things.
So like every 5 increments, so 5, 10, and 15, you'll get a pack anyway.
Okay.
So it's like very deliberately designed to contrast Hearthstone's methodologies and try and lure.
Which is what?
And be like,
To
spend more money, bitch.
to just say,
Line my pockets, whore.
Pay us and you get more cards.
Yeah.
So now there is an interesting mechanic with it, which I quite enjoy. And you'll find this fascinating. So when you open a pack, you have like, I'm going to put an arbitrary figure. Let's say a 30% chance that any card of a rarity will actually be a wild card instead.
Okay.
So, and because it's digital, you can cash in your wild card for anything of like equal rarity.
Of value. Or, yep.
Yeah, which
That's pretty cool.
That is
which
pretty
is great.
So it's just like, instead of you
So,
getting
okay, so
this
you go-
duplicate for the third time, even though it's really rare, pick. You
Yeah,
kind of
go.
have a card that you
So
can
go and look up
trade in.
go and look up whatever the most expensive rare is and craft that one.
Yeah, well, you can't trade in MTGA.
What?
Yeah, it's closed market.
So you can't even trade with other. Hang on.
Right,
Okay,
you're also
I guess
saying it's in beta, right?
I guess I shouldn't be
So-
surprised because that's how like most of the other digital card games do it. But the whole trading and economy aspect of MTG has been part of it for so long. I guess I just assumed it would.
Yeah,
be part of
you're
it.
just like it'd be part of it, but
Yeah.
no.
Oh, just wait. Let's see how it goes.
I guess they're trying to compete more heavily with the likes of Hearthstone.
I
And
guess,
And,
I
Like
guess
other
so.
things.
And
It's
then-
not doing more of the same. It's, hey, let's change things up a little bit.
Well,
Yeah.
see, I've always said if MTG just made a Hearthstone, but MTG, I would be all in on that.
And they have.
And they have.
And you
so,
are.
And I'm there.
Oh boy, is all in.
So
And here we are.
And so I had an experience where, because I've been playing Hearthstone for so long, I forgot what it's like to play MTG. And so one of the very important features of Hearthstone is you can't interact with your opponent.
You can't interact with your opponent on their turn, is what he means.
so you can't be spamming emojis and
No.
So
as in, like, there's no point where it's just like they did something, so I quickly do something.
Yeah,
Right.
You
Yeah.
can't-
There's no reactions.
You cannot
Gotcha.
play any cards on your opponent's turn.
Right.
Yes, there's no traps
There
and all that stuff.
are traps.
there are traps.
You've activated
There
my
are
trap card.
but you have to set them up.
Yes.
on
Prior.
your turn,
And then-
you can't choose when to activate them.
And your
they go
opponent
off
triggers them.
automatically
Yep.
Yeah.
if the conditions are met.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For example, counter the next spell cast, so they cast a spell, and you're like,
Yeah.
so. Quite literally, like the second round of MTG I'm playing, and I've like cashed out all the beginners decks and stuff, and built like a mono blue aggressive deck, which one of my old favorite decks of all times, which currently is relevant in standard. Yes. And then so it's like, play tiny minions, and then on turn 3 I was like attack with everything and pass turn. My opponent's like, I am going to cast the spell so I can get more mana to cast more spells, and I'm just like, no. and then there's this message to Carl at like 11 o'clock at night that's been like, I just counted someone's like mana fixing. It feels so good to be back.
I missed this so much.
And that's the thing. In MTG, you get to be so much more of a dickhead.
I'm going to have to check this out, aren't I?
All right.
Yes.
Before
Shit.
Ben gets too carried away being a dickhead.
So,
Yeah.
I was going to do the other tangent, and then we can get back to...
Because I was going to bring it
your
back to Ryan. I'm like,
D&D.
Ryan, I'm sorry. They just stole your thunder.
Well, let him talk about MTG for
I would say,
ages.
on the other spike of not mimicking the Hearthstonia is Artifact. Artifact's nearly out.
The Dota card game.
The Dota card game.
I was like, I
Nearly
know
out.
Artifact's
Like, it got
name.
announced
Why do
a
I
year
know that
ago.
name?
Yeah. No,
So this is the Valve one, right?
Yeah, this
Yeah.
is
Yes.
Volvo. It'll be out, I think, next month.
And this one is actually going to have trading.
This
We
one...
can tangent off a tangent off a tangent. Steam's also gotten a new UI.
Oh, I have...
YouTube also has a new UI.
Did they steal more stuff?
Look at all these tangents!
I was like, did they steal more stuff from Pornhub?
Maybe?
Yes.
I had a conversation last
I'm
night.
going to be honest, I don't know.
Actually, on Friday about that, and I'm like, and every innovation that YouTube has done in the past 2 years is actually just someone looking at Pornhub and being like, I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna take that.
Let's take the porn out and do what they do.
Yeah.
Oh wow, people really love the dark theme on Pornhub. Let's implement YouTube dark theme.
For real. Or like, I love mouse over play. We should put that in YouTube.
All right. Ryan, was there anything else you wanted to touch on?
The only other thing that I've been playing has been Pokemon Go, which has actually been pretty fun. They've recently released the...
Sorry.
You just
How
spent
rude.
15-20 minutes
How
talking about your
rude,
MTG
Ben.
addiction.
Oh, it's
Please.
yeah, and Pokemon
Please,
Go.
we are adults here.
What?
Playing Pokemon Go.
None of you are Asian.
This is
You
ser-
can't get away with this.
I can get away with whatever I want.
What
Sorry,
they've
keep
actually
going, Ryan.
That's racist.
what they've recently done
We'll get to that after. Let Ryan finish, and I will explain that.
What they've recently done is, you know how they region restricted certain Pokemon? So
Yeah, it's
Kangaskhan is
Kangaskhan,
Australia,
Mr.
and
Mime.
Mr. Mime is Europe,
Farfetch'd.
and Farfetch'd is... Anyway,
I'm sure we made this comment when it came out, but Kangaskhan is Australian? Really?
yeah, I know,
Okay,
right?
no. Mr. Mime is Europe. You can make all the jokes you want about Kangaskhan. Mr. Mime.
Mime's predominantly a French thing.
Yes.
So why isn't it just
And
France?
and also Europe is creepy.
Anywho, what they've recently
God,
done is
Going
they've
gold places today, aren't we?
yeah for the last month, and I think they just extended it because it wasn't. They've released eggs that can have a chance to hatch into
Those
regional
region-
Pokemon for people that don't
Right.
have them. and want
Yeah,
to
so
play
you
the
can finally
Pokedex.
finish your Pokedex.
Yes, so like,
Are they premium eggs?
they are
Do
not.
you have to pay $Pokedollars to
Do-
import
do you
them
ha-
from...
No, but you
from overseas?
Do you have to walk an
Okay.
additional 10 kilometers per the average egg for
no.
them?
So they are 7-kilometer eggs, which is the same as the Alolan eggs that they released. And the chance of them dropping is like less than 10% compared to the other Alolan Pokemon you can get. So they've been pretty rare. So they originally had it as like a month-long thing, and they're like, oh, actually there wasn't as many that dropped as we thought. So hey, we're extending it for a month. So
Why don't they just leave it in the game forever?
I don't know, because whatever. The
Because-
point is,
Nintendo.
yeah.
Well,
or-
except
or
it's not
Niantic.
Nintendo.
You don't pay for the eggs. The eggs come from sending gifts to friends.
Sending gifts, spinning stops, all that kind of jazz.
Yeah, but what you do pay for is egg incubators. So you have to incubate an egg and then walk with it, right? And then incubators have 3 uses.
See, it just sounds like you're describing an MMO And why would I want to walk kilometers to play an MMO when I can play an MMO here in virtual reality?
Well,
In virtual reality,
Yes.
what VR MMOs are there?
You don't need it doesn't need to be an actual VR MMO. You can
virtual-
just put on the headset and play games in VR.
Why would you want to do that?
so you can put your head back and just go.
So
"Yeah,
I can
I'm
be
playing."
like this. Or I can be like, I really wish I wasn't here right now. Hey, I'll put on the 3D earpieces and like the sensory deprivation mask and boom. Magic.
Okay.
So Ben has been escaping reality recently.
That just reminded me of the Shia LaBeouf GIF.
and his next after this he'll soon be escaping to Melbourne, which is also not reality.
We're gonna incept ourselves. I'll go to another reality within the Melbourne reality. So you've been playing
so-
around with eggs.
Damn it, Ben! You've revealed the secret. Melbourne's not actually a real place.
Wait, isn't Australia not a real place?
Australia-
I think that's the
that's
whole
right.
thing.
Conspiracy.
We're a part of the American government
And he angrily
conspiracy.
adjusts groundhogs.
Where's my boomerang?
Oh,
Where'd
crikey!
you park your kangaroo?
Oh, the drop bears are bad tonight.
Where's me Vegemite?
All right, so the only thing that I
We're
want
gonna
to
put
contribute,
Vegemite on Tim Tams.
the only thing that I want to contribute in terms of my last 2 weeks, so gaming wise, nothing's really changed. But remember a little while back when we were talking about Voltron on Netflix, and we were
Yep.
like, "There's 7 seasons. Oh my god, it's not that great." I stuck through with second, third. I'm up to the 7th season now. It's actually pretty good.
Okay, cool. So it's like, don't watch it piecemeal. Just like open up the vein and just be like,
Take it all in.
I've got a weekend. I'm ready.
No, seriously, it gets really good. The story gets much better. The animation seems to get
be
better.
honest,
Can we just start at like season 5 or whenever
No.
it gets good?
Not really. Like
I
you lose a
think
lot of. It's story.
a
It's
lot
a
of
long
a lot of
story.
TV shows seem to go through that, especially the old sort of syndicated, 20 episode shows that have they have a bunch of filler in the first 3 or 4 seasons, and then they start getting towards we're just gonna do stuff that's relevant to the main plot line.
Okay, so how painful is the first 10 episodes of The Next Generation?
Very.
It's pulling teeth.
So I think coming back to Voltron specifically, I think the reason that it was painful, or not painful, just not as pleasant for me early on, is I think they had a different.
Your body wasn't used to it yet?
My body wasn't ready.
That's
They
it.
had a different target audience. It was more kiddish. It was very
It was first season
Simple.
of Avatar.
Yeah, exactly right.
Which isn't bad, it's just not
just-
ours. And then they were like,
and then it
wait,
just
the kids
gets-
hate this shit. Let's
Let's up the age range a little
suddenly
bit.
lesbians. Woo!
Not even
Wait,
kidding.
what?
That happens in this one as well. Yes! Get to season 7. I was watching one episode. I was like, wait.
Is it the princess? Tell me
It's
the
not the
princess.
princess. Damn it.
There goes that ship.
Yes. So no, it's exactly that. It goes very, very early on. It's like, it seems to be a kid's cartoon. They're very tame in terms of the fighting, in terms of the bad guys versus good
In
guys.
terms of the casual sodomy. Yeah, go on.
And then it gets to later seasons where the bad versus good gets more blurred. Is like, who's the bad person? Who's it just kind of gets more depth in the storyline.
Yep.
But then it improves in terms of there's some very cool martial artsy kind of fight scenes and stuff like that as well. So it just improves. And so if you liked Avatar, if any of you guys liked Avatar, watch it. I reckon you'll enjoy it.
There's another show on Netflix at the moment which I've been meaning
Dragon
to
Prince?
get- Yes.
I haven't watched it yet.
Yeah,
gonna-
you knew exactly. I was like, same showrunners. Dragon Prince, Dragon Prince,
Dragon Prince.
Dragon Prince.
Is it good?
We don't know.
We haven't seen it yet.
It's got renewed for season 2, so I guess it can't be too bad. Having said that, Titans got renewed
You
for
have, to,
season 2.
you have to be pretty poor to not get renewed for a second season on Netflix.
Okay, did I show you guys the Titans trailer?
No.
Okay, you guys both know me riding around being like, fuck Batman. You missed that stage in my life?
know
He
it.
remembered this one.
I know it well.
So it didn't even get released before it got renewed for a second season.
Is it bad?
Okay, anything that's in the initial trailer is fuck Batman, and I'm cringing at, and the picture.
So is it actually a DC
yes.
thing? So, like-
This isn't me making Like there is no jokes here.
I feel like somebody's playing an elaborate joke on me.
Life's
No,
an
no.
elaborate joke.
Ben is always playing an elaborate joke.
I'm
Only
playing-
Only he knows the punchline.
Ben is an elaborate joke.
I play the long con.
Can I just, while you look that up?
Yeah,
what-
I'm trying to
What
find
are you
something.
wearing?
Okay, so feel it.
Touch me, is what he's saying.
Okay.
So it's a
Oh my.
purple velour paisley hoodie.
Sure. Okay.
You're like, but why? A, it's incredibly comfortable. B, it feels pretty.
It looks pretty.
C,
And why not?
C, fuck you. Don't ask questions like that.
Okay. Don't ask questions that you're not ready to accept the answer for.
Okay, so where is... All right, we'll get Adam to put this up on the screen. Have a look at this shit.
So what are we looking at? Describe it for the people listening.
Okay, it's the poster for DC Titans, and I don't get it.
Okay, should I describe it for the people listening?
Yeah, you should when it gets around to...
DC Titans, from what I can tell, and this is the person that doesn't do DC,
Or comics
is
in
it's
general.
like 4 elemental people
Okay, give it here.
because they're
Just
like
hand it over.
fire and green and
Okay,
ice and dark.
So it's got, what is it? Raven, Starfire, Beast Boy, and Robin. I'm trying to, like, I feel like they're trying to copy a theme. It's almost like
But
a lot of the similar. Yeah, no.
how can you just... Like, describe how they look in comparison
look
or
like-
contrast to the Teen Titans that you know.
Oh, they're nothing like them.
They look like trash. They're
They
garbage.
are nothing like them.
They're
like,
shit for shit,
at no-
people.
like I saw the trailer, and
Are
at
they-
no
are they-
point was just like I was never excited for
So
it.
it's like, are they meant to be going for like a
Gritty,
Yeah.
dark, edgy,
Dark, edgy,
Yeah.
fuck
gritty.
Batman, perhaps.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, okay, yeah, it's bad.
Okay, so that's the other tangent for Netflix I
Wait,
have.
I remember there being heaps of fucking controversy around the redhead chick.
So a black
Yes.
chick playing Starfire.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't actually care. They're just not faithful to the comic adaptation of her.
And it's just
And if you're not going to be
nothing looks
faithful,
right.
just it's...
Anyway, what was the other thing?
So I found a crappy version of Supernatural that's more Western themed and has lesbians in it.
Wait, is Supernatural not Western themed?
It's more Western themed. Have I talked to you guys about why?
The soundtrack is purely country music.
Yeah.
Take my love, take my land.
Like, it's called Firefly.
There's lesbians in Firefly?
I wouldn't be surprised.
I mean, I'm sure there is in the Firefly universe.
Well, I mean, Kaylee and the prostitute do have their moments. Anyway, it's called Winona Earp.
Winona.
Earp.
Like it's a cowboy one.
Yeah.
I've seen the trailer for that.
Yeah, you're like, it is more Western than Supernatural. It has Doc fucking Holiday in it.
Yeah.
It's trash TV.
I can
It's real
imagine.
bad.
Okay.
I love it.
Okay.
It is.
Is it like Home and Away with supernatural themes?
No, it's like Supernatural, but with lesbians.
Okay.
And more Western. Like, I said that. That was the premise
Okay,
leading
that's
into
how
this.
I
opened it.
Okay,
I'm
so
gonna-
when you say trash TV, like what level of trash are we? Are we talking like daytime soap level?
That's why I was asking if it was
I
like
would
Home
say,
and Away.
I'm pregnant. I'm not sure if it's Doc Holliday's child or this demon's
was
child.
like,
I was on
most
point with Home and
probably
Away.
the demon's child.
There's more. It's
for
it's-
everybody listening, give it a try.
it's actually
See what you think. It's on Netflix.
I do actually enjoy like modern urban western stuff. So like Supernatural's a bit of my jam every now and then.
Supernaturals I
you
liked
s-
up until like
What's
8th
the-
season. I'm like, what are you?
what you need to
What are
do
you still doing? How do you still have story?
is you need to watch the anime adaptation of the first season of Supernatural.
okay. I will.
It's hilarious.
Supernatural's not a bad show. Like it's actually, I genuinely enjoyed it. It just got to a point where I was just like, this, you just stop now. Do like so many more recent shows where they're like, we're on a great thing, but we're gonna stop before we make it bad.
And they're
All right,
like,
all right, let's
no, we're having Nephilim now.
Okay, so
Oh god, wait, what? I am sorry, I haven't seen Supernatural.
Yeah, no, okay.
Yeah,
so
no,
I'm
no,
not
don't get
explaining
into
what a
it.
Nephilim
do
is.
not get
Like,
into it.
it's like the Diablo 3 stuff. No, okay.
I didn't play Diablo 3. I was waiting for the Switch port.
But basically,
because that was really stupid in Diablo 3.
Supernaturals brings in everything. Don't worry. But anyway, I'm gonna switch things up a little bit, and so I posted on the general channel. I say I'm switching it up, but I'm not really switching it up. I posted on the general channel the trailer to Spider-Man 2.
Okay.
Oh, the second trailer to the Spider-Man
trailer.
animated.
Oh my god.
I am so keen for
I
that.
I would say from
This
the
is the
top.
point where we check out.
No, I'm making a note of it. We don't need to go into a lot of detail.
From the top, Miles Morales looks great. White Spider-Man in it actually looks like it's Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man from the infamous dance movie known as Spider-Man 3. You're like, okay, what?
Wait, so they're getting Tobey Maguire to reprise his role?
Not voiced by Tobey Maguire, but it's the character from that series.
Okay.
So, really cool. Lol, that's canon now? 2, Spider-Gwen. Looks dope.
Mm-hmm.
And the most important, final and fourth one.
I'm gonna assume you're going for Spider-Noir, but there's several others. There's
Yeah, I love it. And you're like, Ben's gonna say Spider-Man Noir, which you can find photos of his cosplay on Facebook. But are we talking about Spider-Punk or Spider-Ham?
Spider-Ham.
Comics are so dumb.
Yeah, I must have missed the memo on them.
Yeah, no,
I would
that's
say,
fine.
yeah, no, that's it. I can show you dumb comics if you want. We are in the lair.
But the point.
Would
No,
you like-
you've described the dumbest comic of all time to me.
What, Saga?
Yeah, no. Was it?
Yes, bait taken. Take that, Saga fans.
Did you guys?
Was it that? No, it was the one like.
No, you're talking about Cosmic Ghost Rider.
Yes, that is exactly what
Which
I'm
is the
talking
greatest comic book of all time, and you'll have nothing bad to
It's
say
trash.
about it.
Did you guys hear the news out of the Avengers camp?
What, that Sexy Chris is last movie?
Yeah.
So
Chris
he
Evans?
tweeted. Yeah, Chris Evans tweeted, and it made it sound very much like Captain
like-
America dead.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Well,
I was gonna preface it with a spoiler.
no.
Dude, it's been on the news for like a week.
It's not so much Captain America dead, it's Captain America contract expired.
Yeah.
And now he's
Captain America contract expired, and he's like, been doing this for 9 years or
8
whatever,
years.
8 years.
8 years.
in Azkaban. Anyway,
We
my
do that
point-
too often.
we do like any amount of years, it just becomes in Azkaban.
On tangent, by the way, open world Harry Potter RPG.
I am keen for that.
Yeah, no, I was
I
like,
am very keen for.
I'm not even a big fan of
Okay,
Harry
before we
Potter.
get
This
into Harry
episode's
Potter.
just gonna have to be called like the episode of Tangents.
Before we
I
do
swear.
get into Harry Potter,
You gave
check
Ben
out,
a microphone.
Check out the Spider-Man trailer. For anybody that likes Spider-Man in any way, shape, or form.
Or who likes
you will be a
wibbly
fan.
wobbly, timey-wimey stuff. It's
Yeah,
great.
It's fantastic. It's coming out Christmassy, so another
Yeah,
2 months.
so-
So I am very keen for that. Like that's probably the most hype I've been for anything in a very long time. So
I don't
Look
suppose
it up.
anyone wants to explain Spider-Verse to me in like
in
a sentence.
In
a sentence.
in a sentence.
Ben, right there, on the shelf.
Yeah, we'll do
Throw-
that after.
Throw it at him.
We'll do that after the
Throw
cast.
the comic
But-
book at him
but
on the camera.
In a sentence, in MCU, in comics in general, multiverse.
Yes.
That's the thing. There are infinite multiverses. And in this one specifically, something happens in this world that draws a lot of characters in from multiple universes into Miles's universe to start with, and shenanigans ensue.
Okay.
Does
All right.
does
So-
that summarize it well enough?
So what
No.
you're saying is you're having superheroes play off against alternate versions of themselves.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so
That and
let's
villains.
let's step it back for a second. There must always be a Spider-Man, if that makes sense. So
Okay.
every universe has an Spider-Man of some description, or had. And then so all the Spider-Men, Spider people. Well, we can't even say that. One of them's a pig. One of them's literally
Spider Pig.
no, literally is Spider Pig.
Spider-Ham.
Really?
They call it Spider-Ham, but yes.
And then so in the comics, there is this immortal race of universe hopping vampires that hunt spider people.
So I didn't want to get into that much detail.
We're going here.
So is it like Jet Li the One sort of thing?
Yes.
Yes, very much like that. Very much so.
Except instead of the one, it's a spider vampire.
Right, and the Spider-Men don't get more powerful as more of them are killed off.
No.
No.
Okay.
Oh, God.
But the vampires get more powerful the more Spider-Man they kill off.
Okay.
and then they hop through time.
The one that
I said a sentence. That's
the
way
one
too
that-
much.
the comic that you're talking about is actually one of my favorite. Like I
It's-
borrowed it off Ben, and one of my favorite of the Spider-Man stories.
And
It's
I'll
crazy,
say-
but it's good.
What I also like by it is like they jump through all the other Elseworlds of the Marvel
I
universe. Like,
shouldn't have asked.
no, you
You
shouldn't
really
have.
shouldn't have. You knew this was gonna happen.
Stop peeking the mic. Right?
I would say
you
that's
brought this on yourself.
so. One of them is like Marvel Universe in Victorian England, where it has Peter Parker, but Parker's spelled like PAQ something, and he's a stage right.
He's a stage. Like he's one of Shakespeare's actors.
and he gets brutally murdered. It's great.
Help me.
Anywho, moving
Get me
back
outta
to
here.
Harry Potter MMO.
Open world RPG.
Sorry, open
So
world RPG.
I
rather
think
than
it's
MMO.
single player. So
We
I-
really should have just
have you ever
opted out.
played-
Let
have you-
these two play?
Yeah.
No,
talk
have
about
you guys ever played any of the Harry Potter games?
No.
They're actually surprisingly fun.
okay, do
Like,
you know
they're not
that
great
there's
games?
5 different versions of Harry Potter 1, the video game?
I did not know that.
Is it coming out on Switch? Can you use your Joy-Con with wand controls?
Is a Joy-Con a euphemism for your penis?
No.
Also
Oh.
potentially.
Baby, when do you feel my HD rumble?
I don't know. I don't know. Is there a Joy-Con XL out yet?
No, but there's a Pikachu themed one, which I'm sure is right up your alley.
I was gonna make a
That
Charmander
just-
joke
that-
about the flame on
that
the
was
tip of the
disturbing
tail,
on-
but no.
Disturbing on many levels.
You're just like, the fact that you didn't even have to think about it, and you're just like,
Because I don't know, like open world Harry Potter game just screams gimmick to me, which
It's-
is why I went straight
So
there.
Well-
any sort of Harry Potter game, like the fact that Harry Potter is like all magic and casting spells and whatnot.
and shape-shifting.
And Fantastic Beasts has,
has-
sort of proven that the Harry Potter verse doesn't have to be around Harry Potter.
Also, Fantastic Beasts, it like brings a proper gritty urban fantasy feel to the Harry Potter universe.
Oh yes, darker and grittier, because that always works so
No,
well.
not darker, just gritty. Like less robes and casting, and more trench coats and cigarettes.
That's Ben's jam, you know.
Have you
that.
watched?
No,
Fanta-
I have not watched.
It's
pretty good.
actually a really
It's
good
good.
movie.
Like,
I
if
enjoyed
I
it.
had $1 for every piece of urban fantasy literature I could show you in this room, I would probably have like $15.
That's pretty spot on. So my point to my love of the Harry Potter games is it kind of fits into the same space as my like and love of Lord of the Ring games, where again they're not great, but they're just fun. They're like dumb fun almost.
So, can we talk about the Lord of the Rings game that was basically Orochi Warriors?
I mean, sure.
Oh, did you play it?
I didn't play that one.
I will have to get you a copy.
Okay.
Because it's basically Orochi Warriors, but you play as Aragorn.
You play as Aragorn, and it's a Dynasty Warriors style game.
Yeah. It's really good.
Interesting.
So for you guys,
so you're there cutting down like hundreds of orcs.
yeah,
at
no, it's
once.
just
Yeah.
walls and walls of.
Well, you're like, protect the gate. And you're like, the gate's really not going to get that damage. I'm going to, like, murder some Urukai now, bitch. Sorry.
Where was I going with this?
You love Lord of the Rings games, like you
So,
love Harry Potter
Harry
games.
Potter games, Lord of the Rings games, like a lot. There's actually quite, even like the
Actually,
earlier Spider-Man
hold on a
games.
sec. Do you love Lord of the Rings games, or do you love the Shadow of Mordor series?
So there's a difference. So the Lord of the Rings games, like, we have Two Towers,
Return of the King.
Return of the King, and
That
whatnot.
weird one with the Hobbit where it was bizarre controls, but
Can I-
still was fun.
Can I jump in and say
The Lord of the Rings RTS was good.
one of the one of the Lord of the Rings games I played at a friend's house. I don't know which one it was, but the idea was that you could take on either side of the story. So you could be on Sauron's forces and then push all the way into like Hobbiton.
I don't know which one. Okay, you see, the other problem is
There's too many games.
Much like Harry Potter, there are so many Lord of the Rings games with exactly the same name,
Yeah.
and so you actually have to like do the breakdown.
Lord of the Rings PS4 2017. Like,
Well, no,
Yeah.
Lord of the Rings: The Two Tower, I think has like 4 different versions depending on what year you're in.
Yeah.
What year is this?
What year is this?
So to that point, basically there's the movie games, which is 1, 2, 3, and similar with the Harry Potter ones, the movie game.
The movie
so effectively, the movie tie-ins, as trashy and like spit them out to ride the hype of the movie.
Some of
as
them
they
were
are,
good.
I genuinely enjoy quite a few of those. But then you've got Shadow of War and Shadow of Mordor, which is just the epitome of Lord of the Rings for me specifically. That like they're very different in that sense. But I do enjoy both of them. One I enjoy, one I love.
And then you've got all the ones that came before the films.
Yeah, some
Yes.
of them are bad.
Which
Some
are
of them
more
are
exactly-
actually good.
Yes, exactly right.
Some are like pretty fun, like the mud. The Lord of the Rings mud's great.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with that.
Okay, I think I'm done with my little tangent on movies and whatnot.
On games. So I made Joel watch the Harlequin trailer.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, it wasn't much of a trailer.
And like, yes, DC sucks. We know. Yes, Deadpool is cool. We know. Come watch our thing, please.
Please
And I
come
mean,
watch.
it looks like Batman the animated series again.
Yeah, well, Batman the adult animated series, which I'm in.
I like that art style. I'm a big fan of that one. Someone mentioned.
Use your words. Come
I
on,
forget
focus.
stuff.
Because
I
if you're
forget
not-
stuff.
While he tries to remember.
Megaman.
Yes,
Mega
that is
Man
exactly
movie.
it.
Fucking Mega Man. Alright, so we've been waiting patiently for several years now for Sonic to grace the silver screen.
I haven't.
I was like,
It's
God,
like,
no.
have we?
I
Have
would
we?
say, please, that was an entirely
I'd
sarcastic sentence.
I don't think Sonic could sink lower.
Well...
Is that a challenge?
Have you read the comics?
Oh yeah, the
No.
comics gets weird.
But the fact that they exist, I don't know if they could sink much lower.
Have you watched the French one where Sonic is in a rock band and fights Robotnik with the power of rock music and friendship?
Yes, I have.
And
seen
Ryan's
that.
just like la 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 la. la.
Power of friendship.
I repeat what I have
The
said
worst
many
power.
times in the past. The best Sonic is the one that can't talk.
And thus we come back to Ryan's love of roleplay.
Ew.
Hides gag.
We're gonna need this later, man.
The best Sonic anything is the one where Sonic is a silent protagonist. Is probably the better way of putting it.
Yeah, I don't disagree.
So, Mega Man, the movie, got announced, and we have absolutely no idea anything about it
It's just
other than it's a thing.
And no, we do know that it's being made by Hollywood.
okay.
Like it's
Interesting.
it's not
Oh,
like it's
no.
like it's not being made by like a Japanese studio. It's being made by Hollywood.
So it's going to
I'm
be Dragon Ball Z
maybe.
Dragon Ball
I
or
just had,
Mario Brothers.
I just had the best,
or
dumbest
Avatar.
idea about this.
What?
Robert Downey Jr. is Mega Man.
He's like, wow, I'm already being typecast.
Mega Man.
What?
And I want to see like a
had
washed
the
up
back
Mega Man at a bar years after the robot rebellion, drinking whiskey and having a cigarette, be like, I remember when I was the shit. What I'm basically saying is I do want dumb Hollywood versions of all my favorite things so I can make fun of them.
I
The problem is going to be if they play it like super straight, which
So,
they probably
you
will.
heard it here first, folks. Carl wants a gay Mega Man. Which would be just called
Sure, fine, we'll go with that.
Which would just be Astro Boy.
honestly, Carl, if you really want a gay Mega Man, I'm sure it exists somewhere on the internet.
I'm sure you are putting words into my mouth. Both of you.
That's not all I'm putting in your mouth.
something, Dr. Willy. I mean, Dr. Willy.
Holy smokes.
Dr. White Power. I mean, what?
I'm terrified. I do.
You should be scared.
I so many times have these things come along and be like, we're doing this thing, that nostalgia that you're gonna love, and then it hurts. It just hurts instead.
They're gonna play it like super true to the source material, and it's gonna be terrible.
So, to be bluntly honest, I would rather if they made a Mega Man X live adaptation.
I wonder if it's going to be like sort of like an Origins style story where it's like, hey, here's this everyday teen who just happens to,
That's not what Mega
That's
Man
not what-
is.
No, I know that's not what. Okay,
Oh,
let me
no,
rephrase.
No, they got a new RoboCop it.
That's
Is that
what-
where you're
that's
going?
what I'm going.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
God, new RoboCop was bad.
So what? He's gonna be.
So they're going to have to come. What I'm saying is they're going to try and justify the fact that there is a robot guy that is sentient and somehow, and it's going to be like, oh, he used to be human, but now it's the consciousness of
the
something.
machine can't run without a human intelligence embedded.
Like as opposed to just I created Mega Man. Go with it. Like I feel like they're gonna do like that whole origin and try to explain the techno babble behind it.
Rather than playing it super close to the source material, I think you're actually right there. And I think that's you're right. It'll be terrible.
It's gonna suck.
Wow, we just made this worse than any dumb joke I could make about it.
We
Sorry.
know nothing about this movie coming up, but we already hate it. And we're terrified.
Sorry, Adam. We just took a great steaming dump on what
On
you
your
hoped was
plans
going to be a great movie.
So you heard it here first. Mega Man's going to be a gay teenage boy.
Sure.
On that note,
On that note of it. Yes, I'm very
I have
keen.
some news. No, similarly, like,
I've been waiting for this all my life.
talking about like the whole consciousness and android human mix. I really, really, really didn't like how they did Cyborg in what's it called? Was the
In Justice
League?
Okay, so
we're back talking about comics again.
No, we're talking about movies.
This is the movie.
Justice League came out on Netflix, and
Yes, I saw
everyone
that.
who didn't watch it at the cinema has now watched it and realized why they didn't watch it at the cinema. I was having a conversation with Carl about this last night, and he's like, Ben, don't you regret spending money on watching Justice League? And I was like, no, because it had one line in the film, and that one line was worth the price of admission. So
I am gonna have to go watch it just to see for myself if that actually is a real line that appeared in a film.
Okay.
Can you explain
So
what this line is?
you know when Lois and Martha are talking to each other,
Yeah.
and she's like, Clark described you as thirsty.
I must have missed that.
I will pull up that goddamn clip right now.
He said that you were the thirstiest young woman he ever met. Hungriest.
And it's meant to be this really deep,
Like
emotional
intimate little like they
moment
finally reconnected.
because
That was after
everyone
like the whole
burst
farm
into
thing. They lost
laughter
the
in the
farm,
cinema?
and then like
That-
they finally came back. They brought Clark back, and all
no.
that kind
So
of.
this is right at the beginning.
Yeah.
When it's like, Clark's dead.
Like,
Martha and Lois are bonding over the fact
Because
that
the fact
Clark's
that
dead.
they've both lost Clark and they're losing the farm and all that.
And then, Martha's like, oh my god, you have an engagement ring. I'm so sorry. And so, deep, intense, emotional moment. I'm in there watching it with my mate Britt, and then you're just crack up laughing. It was like, my very loud, harsh, that was really unexpected laugh.
Yeah.
That in the middle of a cinema just ripped through the silence like a katana, just bam. And I'm just like, and this movie has lost all tension and relevance now.
I'm surprised you didn't walk out.
Yeah, I should be like,
I'm done here.
right down here.
I've seen what I came to see.
That's all I need.
Yeah.
He still doesn't believe me.
Cinema, ladies and gentlemen, superhero movies, 2018. I mean, oh my god.
I love how superhero movies are a big thing at the moment, but man, DC,
See,
man.
I was talking about that at work. What I like about it, and this ties in a complete circle with Magic the Gathering and PAX. So, because nerd culture is now more relevant, nerd hygiene levels have been getting raised.
Okay.
You need to be clean.
Yes, because everyone's participating, and everyone's participating be like, you fucking gross shit.
Yes.
Shower. And then, like...
So what used to be a safe haven for the people that,
Didn't
didn't give a shit is now becoming, I suppose I better clean myself up because I'm going to a place full of other people and other people are going to judge me for it.
Yeah, other people are going to tell you, and be it from love or judgment, dude, you reek.
Yeah.
And you've noticed that with comic book stores. They don't smell as bad anymore. MTG gatherings are still bad, but they're getting there. Like, PAX hands out deodorant. It's the greatest thing ever. So, and full circle, now that superheroes are mainstream, we can have conversations about superheroes, and everyone can participate.
Well, not these two. These two are just like.
No,
I still don't give a shit.
I would say, yeah, you don't care, but I can talk to him about Iron Man.
Yeah, I can sit here and be like, a yes man.
Yes,
Yeah.
I know Iron Man. Yes, and
I have heard of the Iron Man.
Mandarin's that gay British guy, right? And I'll be like, no.
Oh no.
Also, just grab that Xbox 360 game right on top. Yeah, right there. Hey.
Iron Man 2, the video game.
Look forward to that cross-media review, guys. There has to be a good Iron Man game out there.
Yeah.
Incorrect.
There has to be a good Iron Man game out there.
No, there will be the best Iron Man game out. That will exist.
Yes.
Like,
Whether it's good or not,
it might
it's
still
still
get
the-
a 4 out of 10, but
still the
it
best.
is the objectively the best Iron Man game out.
It's like Constantine. It's a 4 out of 5, but it's definitively the best Constantine game because it's the only Constantine game. Why has someone not made a point-and-click urban fantasy?
Settle down. It's okay, Ben.
Because that's now an indie genre, and indie genres can't afford licenses like
Oh,
that.
sorry, and this is where we can go into like a semi-relevant news topic. Just rip Telltale Games, eh?
Yep.
Yeah, actually, we forgot about that.
Who knew that if you do the same thing for like 9 years in a row, people get tired of it?
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow. You're not lamenting.
You're not
No.
Why would you lament though? Like, I feel like, so this is my take on things. So we've been talking about games as a service, where it's just like, this is your game, play it,
Wait,
keep playing
is
it.
the acronym there GAS?
Yes.
Gas. Yeah.
Or gas. Yeah.
GAS.
So those things stay relevant because they're constantly updated. You get new content, things change. But when you're doing this, if you make a movie and you do, here's 1, here's 2, here's 3, and it's the same storyline.
It's the Dynasty Warriors problem.
I
Right?
was
It's
going to
like-
say it's the Superman movie problem.
When you come into even anime, like Bleach was amazing. 2nd season, holy shit. 3rd season, why am I still watching this? It's the same shit
See,
again
the problem
and again.
with Bleach is they put too much filler in the anime.
There's a lot of problems
You're
with
gonna have the
Bleach.
director's cut. No, the biggest problem with Bleach is how the manga ended.
We need to leave.
All of
again.
it ended badly. Don't
Yeah.
worry.
No,
But
sorry, spoilers. Ichigo ends up with a Rinmei. That's not right.
We should have put you two on the couch because me and Carl are just sitting here going, "Yep."
Was that a
No,
surprise?
I'm sitting here.
She should have been with Chad.
Are
Anyway,
you
he's
seriously?
dreaming out a lot right now.
It's like,
But
is
coming back to that point of Telltale Games. No,
And let's-
I'm
are you-
not upset or sad because things need to change.
Here's the thing with Telltale, right? They had a decent engine, but they never innovated.
They
would release
never
a game.
upgraded the engine either.
They never upgraded the engine either. They released a game. That game had a story that goes from A to B with a couple of paths that ultimately don't matter because they all lead back onto the same great
It's
path.
shaped like an oval.
It's an oval. Yeah, an oval path, right? So you save, like Walking Dead, you save this character or this character. They have a couple of lines and they get killed off anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Or you
You
try
know,
and
like-
kill this character. Oh, wait, they're essential for the storyline. They
Yeah.
live anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's the same thing with the Back to the Future one.
Yes, absolutely.
I started playing that and like half an hour in, I was just like, I'm done.
So there's like 4 good Telltale games, right? You've got Back to the Future. You got the first season of The Walking Dead. You've got Fables, which is it's really good.
Okay,
You should play that.
maybe.
And then Devil's Advocate, you've got Borderland.
Okay.
Okay.
Um,
The
But-
rest, not so
Like-
great.
the Batman one's like, but why?
Can I also jump
But
in?
why
and-
Minecraft?
Can I also jump in and say Poker Night at the inventory? Because I know it's not. Okay, it is not a story
That's
game.
Telltale?
Yes, it is.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's actually interesting. Like,
Yeah,
that's actually
like,
a good game.
it's-
Sorry, let me rephrase that. That's actually a game.
Yes.
Oh,
That's
shots fired.
And that's kind of what I was getting at, right? It takes the, it's a poker game. It is a single player poker game at that. So it's not going to get like huge things, but it sold itself on the fact that you're playing with these NPCs that have their own stories and they're talking over the top of each other. You have, like it's the Smash Brothers thing where you bring, characters from disparate universes into a situation.
Sorry, I had to like translate disparate in my head, and I just had like this picture of like a parrot with a gold chain and an iPad
Dissing.
but be like, what you want?
Just gotta diss you.
Sorry,
yeah.
come back.
So my point was, those are the, like, if I was to say, think of the things that Telltale did, it was the story linear A to B with, some random.
Oh shit, they did
things.
Sam and Max. That was good.
Yeah, they did Sam and Max as well.
And Strong Bad's cool game for attractive people.
Yes, which is how they got like a hold of those licenses to do Poker Night. Anyway, and they have like the Poker Night side, which is like not so much a story, but it is a game in the same engine, and it's cool, and it has like cool interactions and stuff. So they had kind of those two things, and this one was just a bit of a side thing, but their main thing was just using the same engine and making a million things.
Yeah.
And people got over it.
Yeah. So
Which-
if they had been like, oh, this Poker Night was fun, let's do more random shit like this. Well, that could have been cool.
They made Poker Night 2, and then that was it. But then they didn't.
But it would have been more of Poker Night 1.
But they didn't go, hey, let's do the same thing, but like Monopoly or.
Not even that. Like,
I was gonna
let's think of a random obscure theme and see how we can bring it into this
See,
world.
one of my other problems with them as a company, and this is they didn't do original content outside of Poker Night.
No. And
Like-
Poker Night was realistically
Really, not even
Oh,
OG.
so you mean like all their content was based on existing franchises?
Yeah.
Okay.
so it
which
was
is-
all licensed. And
Which
what-
is fine, and there's some of the, and trust me, I know when I say this, there's some of the best licensed games out there. Like definitively,
Yep.
trust me.
Yep.
But I feel like if they were working on their own content, they would have developed and innovated ways in their engine to do more unique things. Because
absolutely.
instead of going, I have this template, when you're building your own stuff, you're like, I got this, I need to rebuild that so I can do this in it.
Yes.
Yeah,
So-
exactly right. So and so hence the lack of, hence the presence of meh. It's just
It also
they didn't
it also vaguely
use-
seems to me like in a lot of their latter games were trying to chase trends that didn't really
Exist.
get there, like the Batman game.
Yeah,
And
Batman wasn't
and the,
bad.
And the Minecraft game.
Minecraft
Like,
was
that's-
Minecraft target audience was like 10-year-olds.
Yeah, but it's definitely. But that's like chasing like a trend. It's like
Yeah.
what the kids are into.
It's like
we're
if
gonna,
the
we're gonna
way
make
still,
a we're gonna make a
still going, they would make a Fortnite one.
yeah, exactly.
Fortnite story mode. You heard it here first, folks.
No, that's exactly what I mean. It's sort of like we're gonna make a Minecraft game and all the kids are gonna buy it. We're gonna make $1 million.
But honestly,
Well,
I kind
$1
of
billion, yeah.
I kind of saw them as that sort of company that goes, we're going to make the same game for multiple different franchises, right? And the expectation is that we're not going to have a core group of people that follow us around from game to game. They're going to say, oh, well, I like Game of Thrones, so yeah, I'll give Telltale
But see,
Game of Thrones
the
a
problem
go.
with, and this sounds really self-entitled and egotistical. The problem with that is, I like most of the franchises that they use.
Yeah.
So you get burned out real quickly when you're playing the
Yeah.
seven.
Same
And
thing,
hence
yeah.
why they failed, right? They didn't retain a core audience because their franchise has changed, and the core the core
people
audience,
that
the
did
people
follow.
that wanted to follow them around, got bored too quickly because they never innovated.
I would say, unlike Platinum Games,
They started to see the rails too quickly.
Yes.
I suppose if you make a game which only really has one core mechanic and the rest is just narrative.
Yeah.
Once you start like seeing the lines of the narrative, what's the point?
Then why,
And the
yeah.
thing is, it wasn't even
You've
like they
played it
tried.
before.
Yeah.
It wasn't even like they tried to hide it. At the end of The Walking Dead, it's like it gives you stats. It's like, congratulations, this is the paths you took, and 60% of the people chose to save the hot chick over the nerd. Well, I think it was probably closer to 80%. But the point stands.
Wait, sorry, no. 99%. There's only one person that chose the nerd.
hey, look, it's me, guys. Wow, we're now bagging out our own stereotypes.
Yeah.
talk. No. You're banging out your own stereotypes.
You're a fucking nerd,
Nope.
Ben. You are.
Nope.
What's your favorite Spider-Man?
I have several favorite Spider-Man.
Checkmate!
Case closed.
What
We're
games?
done here.
What games are installed on your phone right now?
Yu-Gi-Oh!
No.
You took Yu-Gi-Oh! off?
Took that off
Pokemon Go.
years ago. Yes, but I'm not playing it.
A Game Boy emulator.
Yeah.
When was the last time I played it?
I know, I'm joking.
Game Boy emulator?
I'm kidding. I know I'm a. I know
yeah,
full well
no.
that I'm a nerd. It's
Yeah,
okay.
We're gonna. Fuck, what were we talking about?
Anyway, I don't think it
Telltale.
matters
We're
anymore.
talking about Telltale.
Yeah, Telltale.
The other side of the news of that story is
It's fucking sucks, hey?
what about the severance?
Yeah.
I was actually going to talk about the conditions that people were working
Okay,
under.
wait. Okay,
Yeah, that's what I'm
time out. Time out. Can you bring us all up to speed on that?
So The long story short is that Telltale was not a great place to work.
They abused
A-
their
a
staff.
A game company has poor working conditions.
I never.
Say it ain't so.
They
Turn the
they
lights off.
basically forced people into crunch, fired people after a game was they hired temps basically, and then fired them after a game was released. What was the other? There was another.
And unpaid crunch time.
Unpaid crunch time. I should mention.
yes.
And when they shut down, no one got their payouts.
No one got severance.
Okay, so that's extra shitty, but the rest of it is sort of like, yes, that sounds like a game studio to me.
But
They have been
Notorious
for a long time for.
But worse than usual.
Yeah.
But the good news is, I can't remember if it's EA or Ubisoft, who basically went, yo, former Telltale employees, we're in the same city as you.
Come hither.
Rock on up. We have positions vacant, and you will get priority.
And they,
easy publicity.
But is working for an EA or Ubisoft studio going to be that much better? Do you
Actually,
reckon?
yes.
Why wouldn't it? Just because we have gripes with the games that they release.
Just because they have bad products doesn't mean it's bad places. I mean, y'all know where I work, but it's pretty reasonable.
Yeah, okay, all right, fair.
Okay, I think we have tangent. This podcast of tangents has been going for quite some time. Is there anything else anybody wants to touch on before we call it a wrap? Otherwise, we can call it a wrap right now.
I would say when I googled Telltale, it just came up with a bunch of pictures of Edgar Allan Poe, which I feel like is like Google targeted marketing at its finest.
You're gonna Google it now. Anyway, anybody that has actually listened through that mess of a tangential podcast, thank you. Like, I'm impressed. I am genuinely impressed right now. If there's any topics that we touched on that you feel strongly about, feel free to let us know. Jump onto our Discord, comments in the video, whatever the case is, just talk to our faces. Don't forget to give Ben a bit of a farewell abusive rant. That would be nice. He loves those. It's part of his kink.
I love being yelled at about dumb stuff. Yes, go on.
And yeah.
Any recommendations, boys?
I've given my recommendation of watch the SpiderMan trailer.
Yeah, you're like just watch,
Just the trailer.
just the tip.
Just
Well,
the trailer.
the trailer's
the
all
tip.
that's out right now.
Just the tip.
I would say.
But that's all you need to watch. Just watch the trailer. Don't worry
Forget about the movie when it comes out.
Ryan, yourself?
Come back to me. I'll think
Come
of
back.
something.
Carl?
Well, I'm playing WoW. Do I want to recommend it?
Would you recommend WoW?
Would you recommend not playing WoW?
Would you recommend...
I highly recommend you don't play this game.
I recommend you die quietly.
No. I don't want to be that down on it. But it's I don't know.
He wouldn't recommend it, but he wouldn't discourage it either.
Yeah.
So, my recommendation is going to be a roulette.
He says as he reaches seductively over to Carl.
Play Mad World.
That's not a bad game.
It's actually a good game.
Yeah.
Is it?
It's
an
a
old
really
game.
good
Is it really?
game.
It's like one of the earlier games on Wii.
You know what? I'm gonna do the same thing. Play.
Oh god.
No, put that back!
Play the Chronicles of Riddick: Assault on Dark Athena.
Okay.
There's another Riddick movie coming out.
Yeah, I'm excited. Okay, so that one's not actually as bad as you think it is.
How bad do you think it is?
That's the thing.
As Riddick, B. Riddick, the most ruthless criminal in the universe, in his latest chronicle, Riddick has been captured by the Dark Athena, a mercenary ship, hell-bent on eliminating him once and for all. Using his intense hand-to-hand combat skills, explosive firepower, and lethal stealth. Okay. Riddick must shut down the maniacal Captain something and her deadly crew. When Riddick steps into darkness, no one is safe.
It's actually, I'd rate it the game a solid 6 out of 10.
Yeah, so play that. I have no idea if it's any good.
Yeah, I got drunk with my cousin Bonnie and played a lot of it. Would recommend.
All right, we
What,
done here.
getting
Good
drunk
stuff.
and playing
All
a
right.
lot of it, or just playing a lot of it?
Yes.
Yes. Thank you all very much. Catch you guys later.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.